The first example is, consider a steam power plant operating on the ideal regenerative Rankine cycle with one closed feed water heater of forward type. Steam enters the turbine at 3 megapascal and 400 degrees centigrade and is condenser at a pressure of 10 kilopascal. Some quality of steam is extracted from the turbine at a pressure of 0.6 megapascal and enters the feed water heater. Compute the fraction of steam extracted from the turbine and the thermal efficiency of the cycle. Now let us see TS diagram. As we know that here there will be two turbines, high pressure turbine and low pressure turbine in regenerative Rankine cycle. Process 1 to 2, which is isentropic expansion process through high pressure turbine. 2 to 3 is isentropic expansion through low pressure turbine. After expanding through the low pressure turbine, it will enter into the condenser in the process 3 to 4. 4 to 5 is the isentropic compression process and 5 to 6 is closed feed water heater and 6 to 1 is the heat addition in the boiler. Moreover, in regenerative closed feed water heater, after expanding through the high pressure turbine at point 2, some fraction of steam extracted at the exit of the turbine. So that is Y kg. So that will flow over the closed feed water heater. So here it is a closed feed water heater. Here there will be no direct contact between the steam, extracted steam and condensate. This we already discussed in previous classes. Now let us solve problem on closed feed water heater. So in this problem they clearly mentioned that it is a regenerative Rankine cycle and closed feed water type. They given that steam enters the turbine at 3 megapascal and 400 degree centigrade. So here heat addition process is 6 to 1. So 3 megapascal at the inlet of the turbine and the temperature is 400 degrees centigrade, which are given in the problem. And this condensed condenser at a pressure of 10 kilopascal. So the condensation process is 3 to 4. Here pressure is 10 kilopascal. Some quality of steam is extracted from the turbine at a pressure of 0.6 megapascal. As we know that at point 2, so there will be extraction of steam. That pressure is at 0.6 megapascal. Now we have to find the fraction of steam extracted from the turbine, which means Y we have to calculate, and also thermal efficiency. Now let us see given data. Here we know that heat addition in the boiler, condensation and a closed feed water heaters are constant pressure process. Turbine and pumps are isentropic expansion processes. So we can write it as, so from this TS diagram, 6-1 is the heat addition process. So we can write it as P6 equals to P1 equals to, and also P5. 5 to 6 also it is a constant pressure process. P5 equals to 3 megapascal. And one more thing is, we are extracting steam at point 2. So P2 equals to P7, that is 0.6 megapascal. 3 to 4 is the again condensation at constant pressure. So P3 equals to P4 at 10 kilopascal, and temperature at point 1. So this is the point 1. So at this point temperature is 400 degrees centigrade, T1 written here. So with this data we have to find the amount of steam extracted at point 2 and thermal efficiency of the cycle. Now let us find enthalpy at point 4. So here this is the point 4 and TS diagram. So this is saturated liquid line. So this line is the saturated vapor line. Here the point 4 is on the saturated liquid line. So we have to refer the saturation steam table. At a given pressure 10 kilopascal. So at 10 kilopascal from the saturation table we can get the value of the enthalpy at point 4, that is 191.83 kilojoule per kg. Same way we can find the enthalpy at point 7. Here the point 7 is also in the saturated liquid line. Here also we have to refer the saturated steam table at given pressure 0.6 megapascal. So at 0.6 megapascal from saturation steam table we can get the enthalpy at 0.7, that is 67056 kilojoule per kg. And also at point 1, here the point 1 is in the superheated region. So we have to refer the superheated table at given pressure of 3 megapascal and a temperature 400 degrees centigrade. At 3 megapascal and 400 degrees centigrade, if you refer the superheated steam table, we can get the enthalpy at point 1, that is 3230.9 kilojoule per kg. Entropy S1 is 6.9233 kilojoule per kg. Since the point 1 is in the superheated region, here we have referred superheated steam table. We know that process 1 to 2 is the isentropic expansion process. So we can write it as S1 equals to S2. So here I written S1 equals to S2. Now we can find the enthalpy at point 2. At point 2 we know the value of the pressure and also we know the entropy because S1 equals to S2. So at 0.6 megapascal and entropy of 6.9233 kilojoule, if we refer the steam table, we can get the enthalpy at point 2, that is 2829.63 kilojoule per kg. Here we have to do interpolation. By doing interpolation we can get the enthalpy at point 2. And also process 1 to 3 is the again isentropic process. We can write it as S1 equals to S3. So S3 equals to S1. Here at point 3 we know the value of the entropy, and we also the given pressure is 10 kilopascal. So if you here the point 3 is in the saturation zone, so we have to refer the saturation steam table at given pressure 10 kilopascal. We know that we can write it as S1 equals to S3 equals to SF plus SFG. SF and SFG values are we have to take from the saturation table at 10 kilopascal. So once substitute the values, we can get the dryness fraction X3 equals to 0.83658. Now we can find the enthalpy at point 3. So that is H3 equals to HF into X into HFG. Again, here also we have to take the HF and HFG values from the saturation steam table at a given pressure of 10 kilopascal. So once we substitute the values, we will get the value of the enthalpy, that is 2192.27 kilojoule per kg. We know the values of the enthalpy at point 1, point 2, point 3 and point 4. Now we have to calculate the enthalpy at point 5. We know that here the process 425 is the isentropic compression process in the pump. So we can write it as work input to the pump equals to, it is integral VdP. So V4, that is specific volume at point 4 into change in pressure P5 minus P4. Here the process is 425, so we can write it as P5 minus P4. Then the value of the V4, specific volume at point 4, we have to take from the steam table at given pressure of 10 kilopascal, and P5, P4 values are already given in the problem. Now this equation we can write it as, in terms of enthalpy, work done, work input to the pump equals to H5 minus H4, because the process is 4 to 5. Now this we can write it as H5 equals to work input to the pump plus H4. Work input to the pump you will get from here, and H4 value we can get from the steam table at 10 kilopascal. So once you substitute all the values, we will get the enthalpy at point 5, that is 194.85 kilojoule per kg. Now we have to find the enthalpy at point 6. So this we can get from this equation. We can write it as H6 equals to H7 plus V7 into P6 minus P7. Here H7 and V7 values are we can get from steam table at 0.6 megapascal, because at 0.7 the given pressure is 0.6 megapascal. So if you refer the saturation table at 0.6 megapascal, we can get the values of the H7 and V7. So and P6, P7 values are already given in the problem. Once you substitute the values, we will get the enthalpy at 0.6, that is 673.20 kilojoule per kg. Now we calculated enthalpies at all points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we can find the steam extracted at point 2, and also we can find the thermal efficiency. Now we can find the extracted steam at point 2, that is y. Y equals to H6 minus H5 divided by H2 minus H7. This equation we already derived in one of our previous class. So from this equation we can find the steam extraction at point 2. Here we know the values of the H6, H5, H2, H7 we already calculated. Now the steam extraction equals to 0.181. Heat addition is here. If you look at the TS diagram, heat addition process is in 6 to 1 in the boiler. So we can write it as H1 minus H6. Here also we know the values of the H1 and H6. Once you substitute, we can get the heat addition in the boiler. We can also find the heat rejection at condenser. Here condensation process is 3 to 4. So here the process 1 to 2 is 1 kg and y minus y kg extracted at point 2. The remaining is 1 minus y kg expanding through the low pressure turbine in the process 2 to 3, and the same 1 minus y mass passing through the condenser in the process 3 to 4. So we can write it as heat addition, heat rejection at condenser, that is H3 minus H4, because the process is 3 to 4 and during this process the mass is 1 minus y. So into 1 minus y. So 1 minus y value we just calculated. We know the values of H3 and H4. Once we substitute, we can get the value of the heat rejection in the condenser during the process 3 to 4, that is 1638.36 kilojoule per kg. Finally, we can find the efficiency. Efficiency equals to 1 minus heat rejection in the condenser divided by heat addition in the boiler. So Q out, Q in, we just calculated. Substitute both the values, we will get the efficiency. Here efficiency is 36%. Now let us see the other problem, which is on cogeneration power plant. A textile factory required 10 tons per hour of steam for process heating at 3 bar, saturated and 1000 kilowatt of power, for which a back pressure turbine of 70% internal efficiency is to be used. Find the steam condition required at inlet of the turbine. Neglect pump work. Before solving the problem, let us recall cogeneration power plant. As you can see here, this is the cogeneration power plant. It is same as a Rankine cycle. The only difference is in the process 2 to 3, condenser is replaced with the process plant. So if you draw TS diagram for cogeneration plant, it looks like this. Process 1 to 2 is the isentropic expansion process in the turbine. 2 to 3 is the process plant. 3 to 4 isentropic compression in the pump, 4:1 heat addition in the boiler. So this is the TS diagram for cogeneration power plant. But in the problem they mention that neglect pump work, which means on TS diagram there will be no process 433. So when you read this TS diagram, process 122- is the isentropic expansion process in the turbine, 2-3 is the process plant. After 3 there is no pump work because in the problem they given that neglect pump work. 4:1 is the heat addition in the boiler. Now let us see here on TS diagram. I have drawn one more line, that is 1 to 2, so which is a dotted line, because generally in turbine if you neglect the losses, isentropic expansion, it will be straight line on TS diagram. The process 1 to 2-. Again I am repeating, generally in the process 1 to 2, which is the isentropic expansion process, when we neglect the losses, it will be a straight line on TS diagram. But actually it is not a straight line. There will be losses in the turbine. When we consider the losses, the line, it looks like a curve. So that is 1 to 2. Okay. Now let us see the given data. Given data is 10 tons of per hour of steam, which means mass flow rate is 10 tons per hour. Process heating at 3 bar. So here the process heating in the process 2-to 3. Here the pressure is 3 bar. So which is the constant pressure process. So P2 equals to P3 equals to 3 bar. And also they given in the problem efficiency equals to turbine efficiency of 70%. So efficiency of the turbine equals to 70%, that is 0.7. And also they given 1000 kilowatt of power. So which means which is the turbine work. Turbine work is 1000 kilowatt hour. The formula for turbine work is m dot into H1 minus H2. Because on TS diagram the process 1 to 2- is the isentropic expansion process. So we can write it as H1 minus H2. So with this data we have to find the steam condition required at inlet of the turbine. Here you might have doubt on about this dotted line on TS diagram. Generally in previous problems we neglected losses, but in this problem we are considering the losses. The reason is in the problem they have given efficiency. So we know that isentropic efficiency of the turbine equals to work done by the actual divided by work done by the ideal. So from that we can find the enthalpy at point 2. That's why That is the reason why in this problem we consider losses in the turbine. Okay, so by using this logic we are going to find the steam condition required at inlet of the turbine. Now let us find enthalpy at point 1. In the problem they given that work done by the turbine equals to 1000 kilowatt hour. But the formula for work done by the turbine is m dot into h1 minus h2, because in the process 1 to 2. Here we know the value of the m dot, which is 10 tons per hour. This here we have to convert into seconds, that is into 3600. H1 value we don't know, H2 value we have to take from the steam table. As you can see on TS diagram, the point 2 is on saturated vapor line. Here the pressure is 3 bar. So we have to refer the saturation steam table. We can find the enthalpy at point 2. So enthalpy at point 2 at given pressure 3 bar from the saturation steam table, the value is 272.4.9. This value I have taken from the saturation steam table at 3 bar. Now once you substitute all the values from this equation, we can find the enthalpy at point 1, that is 3085.3 kilojoule per kg. We know that isotropic efficiency of the turbine, that is H1 minus H2, which is work done by the actual turbine, H1 minus H2 dash, which is work done by the ideal turbine. Again I am repeating, isentropic efficiency equals to work done by the actual work divided by work done by the identical turbine. So work done by the actual turbine is, here actual is 1 to 2, that is when we consider the losses. So H1 minus H2 divided by work done by the ideal cycle. Ideal cycle is the 1 to 2 dash. So that is H1 minus H2 dash. Here we know all the values H1 and H2. So from this equation we can find the H2 dash. In the problem they already given efficiency value, that is 0.7. H1 value we just calculated. H2 value we have taken from the steam table. From this equation we can find the H2 dash, that is 2571.014 kilojoule per kg. Now we can find the entropy at point 2 dash. We know that H2 dash equals to HF plus XHFG. Here HF and HFG values are we have to take from the steam table. The point 2 dash is in the saturation zone and the given pressure is 3 bar. So we have to refer the saturation steam table at 3 bar pressure. From the steam table we can find the HF and HFG values. Once we substitute all the values, we can get the dryness fraction at point 2 dash, that is 0.9287. We can write it as S2 dash equals to SF plus X into SFG. Here SF and SFG values are we have to take from the steam table at 3 bar in the saturation steam table. So once you substitute the SF and SFG values, we can get the S2 dash that is 6.6125 kilojoule per kg. Now we know that S2 dash equals to S1 because it is a isentropic process. S2 dash equals to S1. So the S1 value it would be 6.6125 kilojoule per kg. So at this particular entropy, from the steam table we can find the pressure P1 and T1 by doing interpolation. So the pressure value is 37.3 bar and temperature value is 344 degree centigrade.